This is the Taotronics Bluetooth shower speaker. And included with this shower speaker is an actual instruction booklet, which is actually pretty good in comparison to some that I've seen. At least it's readable and understandable. And also it comes with a charging cable. And this leads me to my one of my complaints about this is, and some other brands do this as well. Instead of using a micro charging cable, which makes it easier to replace if you want a different cable, or if this one breaks. This one uses a USB to DC plug, which means if this plug goes, you're going to have to find one that's going to fit for this particular speaker. I kind of wish companies would get away from that and go to like a standard micro charging cable, make it a lot easier in terms of replacement. With that being aside, though, charging the speaker took about 2 hours to fully charge. It lights up red here at the top when it's charging and goes off when it's done. To power on, you hold the center button down here in the middle. Let me show you this up close, and it's kind of sticking to the desk here. And this has 5 different buttons on it. Of course, the power, the hang up, answer, the next back, volume buttons, that kind of thing. But one of my initial issues with this button-wise is that it's really hard, and it's not only hard to see this on camera, but it's really hard to see the symbols in person as well, because they kind of blend in. They don't stand out, and they're the same color as the rubber or the silicone on the top of the speaker. But anyway, to pair on, you hold down the button for the center button for a couple seconds. It flashes blue, and then you pair it. I tried it with my Android phone. I had no issues with it pairing up. And you get roughly about 5 hours, maybe a little more of playing time off the battery. The speaker, as I said, has all the buttons on the top, and they're large and easy to hit. And if they weren't so difficult to see, it'd be really an easier, easy to use set of buttons on the top. The charging ports, and it keeps sticking to my desk, the charging port here is on the side and is covered by a rubber or a silicone cover here to protect it. And as you can see, as I'm trying to have a hard time pulling this off my desk here, is it does stick pretty well to most smooth surfaces that I've tried. I tried this with several phone calls first, and the calls were clear on both ends of the call. And musically, the speaker was very clear. It has good, distinct vocals and instrumentals, and a decent amount of bass considering it's a small shower speaker. And the one difference between this and the others shower speakers that I've seen is this one's vented on the front, as opposed to a lot of the speakers, as you can see the suction cup, and this one's not, are vented on the rear. This one's vented on the front, which of course makes for better sound, but of course less water resistance. So, and due to that opening being in the front of the speaker, this will not really handle being dunked in water, having water directly flowing over it. I mean, it says it's water resistant, and to an extent it is, but it'd be resistant to splashes and that kind of thing. But with the venting in the front, that's the downside to having that in the front. You should place this in an area that's least likely to get splashed very heavily. And because I'm using a webcam here, I would play this speaker to demonstrate, but through my webcam microphone, it sounds horrible. It doesn't really represent what the sound of this speaker or any others that I've reviewed to give you a proper sound, but it does sound pretty good. Bluetooth range with this was also very good. The speaker worked without interruption as far as I could walk in my, from my phone in my home. This thing played without interruptions. So the range is at least capable of doing the maximum that Bluetooth is supposed to be for, which is about 35 feet. Overall, this is a nice sounding speaker. It has good Bluetooth range. It works good as a phone call answering device. The only issues I have with this is I don't like this DC connector as opposed to a micro charging cable, and I don't like that the buttons or symbols on the top here are very hard to see because they blend in. I also think this is currently priced at $50, a bit high versus other similar speakers that I've seen and tested that sell for a bit less than this. But overall, this is a pretty good quality shower speaker, and I give it 4 stars.